Hey guys, this is Marvin.
And this is Earl, and today we are with our good friends. We got Deana here on my right, and we have Emily on our left.
Hi.
How you guys feeling?
Good. Glad to be here.
Yeah, good.
Nice. This is one of our special discussion episodes where we just get into talking about a topic, and I'm just happy to have both of you guys on.
Thank you.
Anyone who
That's
knows?
so sweet. That's so nice.
So yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
Thanks for having us.
Oh, of course, man. And Deana, you're being so nice today. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about this beforehand.
Yeah,
At all.
we're gonna promise to be nice to each other. How about that?
I'm gonna keep smiling at you.
Okay, but like the side eye can just chill a bit.
You wanted to sit there. You stole my seat. Everybody, that's what happened.
No. Oh, did you want to be on left?
I did.
Oh,
I
that
just
sucks
feel
to
like
be
more
you then.
comfortable over there.
Oh, do you?
It's okay.
It feels great.
Yeah.
Like, I love the left side.
Okay, I'm glad.
Yeah, it's got my angle and
I'm
everything.
glad. It's okay. I'm flexible.
Yeah,
Mm.
I'm not.
Okay.
Anyway, so let's get into how we know each other. So me and Em, how many years have we been friends now?
Oh my God, I think it's been about 9 years.
Holy hell! What?
Yeah,
Really?
9 years. Yeah.
Oh
we
my
met-
God! Is it that long?
Yeah, we met when I was 15 and
Whoa.
I'm gonna be 25 next year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, high five! We've been
my-
friends for ages. What
Was
the
that-
heck? I didn't expect that.
Yeah, serious. It's been a long time.
Oh
Was
my
that,
God!
Was that through high school or like just dance school?
No,
Dance,
dance.
yeah.
Oh, are you a dancer too?
Yeah.
she is.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ex-dancer, not anymore.
Oh,
But yeah.
okay.
You're not a dancer.
I mean,
I was a dancer.
Oh,
Not
okay,
anymore.
okay,
When
I'm
I
just-
was really young.
It's just me that's not a dancer.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, wait. You can never be an ex-dancer. You danced for a very long time.
Yeah, for a very long time. I was in the arts industry for a very, very long
Yeah,
time.
because you did a lot of things,
Yeah. I did.
such as.
So performing, so acting, dancing, and singing. And then things happened, and now I'm in the mental health industry, and
Wow.
I
Things
love
happened.
it so much. It's like my favorite thing ever.
Can I just
Wow.
say
Yeah.
That's so diverse.
she's on a TV show?
Oh,
Which
She
TV
was
show?
on a TV
I
show.
hate bringing this up.
Oh. Okay, do you want to cut that? Do you want to cut
it's
that?
fine.
No, okay. Okay, shit. You should have said. You should have said no rules.
Well, you didn't tell me you'd bring
Okay.
that up.
Okay.
No, it's fine. I don't really care.
She was on a TV show.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
do you mind if I ask what TV show?
Yeah, sure.
Nice.
So I did a couple. So I was on
wow.
Mustangs FC. So I had a 2-year contract with ABC Me.
Mm.
And then I was on Offspring.
What?
Just on a once off. They needed me.
What did you do in Offspring?
Well, I was pregnant. Not pregnant in real life, but I was at uni and they only hire pregnant women. And I only was about 20 minutes from uni. My agent at the time called me up and said that the person that she hired she went into labor on set and she needs someone. So
Let's get a fake pregnant
yeah,
one.
so I used
Yeah.
Interesting.
a fake pregnancy belly.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
What is that
Yeah.
fake pregnancy belly
Just like
made out
it's
of?
a suit.
I have no idea. It's like a full on suit.
Is it like
Oh, no.
foamy,
Even like,
silicone?
Even
even like the top and everything.
Yeah, it's very, very heavy.
What did you say?
the top.
Yeah, it's
Why
like a
would the
full on
top-
suit because
It's like
you,
a yeah,
So you
full-on
put
suit.
it
you
on
have
from
to
the
put
top.
it on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Your
Oh, does your
body
boobs actually have to
changes
get bigger?
Yeah, your
Oh,
body changes
okay.
when you're pregnant.
Oh,
And I was
okay.
so tiny, and I was walking around with this very.
How old
very
were you
heavy-
actually?
Just turned 18.
How
heavy was it?
God.
It was like 5 kilos, I reckon.
What the frick?
Because they have to mimic having a newborn.
Yeah.
Like in your belly.
Oh,
Are,
yeah.
are newborns 5
So you were
kilos?
like-
What the
you
hell?
were
What
like
the heck?
almost like gonna pop. Like
yeah,
on the show.
basically.
Yeah.
There was like real pregnant women on the show, and they were like, "Oh, so like when you do?" Yeah, because we'd film at the real hospital just underneath, where you could
okay.
actually
Mm.
film and all that. So she would like wheel off the lady who was in labor. And
Yeah.
I came in. Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know people.
Keep forgetting about it. No, you don't.
I know people. See that? Actress.
Forgot
killing
she was
it.
on Offspring. Okay.
Dead set forgot.
No, I mean,
okay.
and
9 years you've known him.
No,
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
Wow.
so you're a dance teacher as well, singing teacher.
Yeah, so I was a dance teacher since I was 17. I stopped when I was 22, and I owned a singing school for neurodivergent children with invisible illnesses and disabilities like cerebral
Did
palsy.
you say neurodivergent?
Yeah.
That's so cool. What does that
Yeah.
mean other than the movie?
I know. That's what I think of. That's what I think of.
They belong to a
Yeah, do they belong to a clan? Is it a clan? Yeah.
whatever it's called. Yeah.
So neurodivergent children, children who have autism, ASD, Asperger's, children who are on the spectrum. So I wanted
so
to
cool that
give them
they're
an
called
environment that was
neurodivergent.
really safe. And I had that business for 5 years, and I closed
wow.
it about a couple of months ago because I started my full-time job in mental health. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Let's go, Em.
What a
You're
resume.
killing it.
What a resume.
That's
Thank
what's
you
up.
so much. I'm
That's
a
what's up.
silent achiever.
Yeah.
That's about it.
And Deanna, what
That's
about
awesome.
you? No, okay.
How do I know you?
Okay, yeah. How were we friends? How did we meet?
Well, I got the pleasure of meeting you through my boyfriend Johnny.
Mm.
He's your friend. That
My
you've
best
known.
friend.
Your best friend.
Yeah. One of my best friends.
One of your best friends. Let's
Alright.
go with that. It's always a topic of discussion.
It's always a fucking topic of discussion.
And we met last year, so we've only known each other for like a year and a month.
Mm,
Johnny's house,
mm.
and you came and we did TikTok dances together.
Yeah.
And then we bonded over our excellent taste in R&B music and not techno.
Let's go. High five. Oh, well.
Nice.
Yes.
And friends and
Yeah.
being vertically challenged, which is okay to
Yeah.
say.
I mean, like, I'm taller than you, but okay.
Okay, sure.
What?
Just because your trackies fit me doesn't mean you're taller than
Holy
me.
shit, dude. What are you saying? You haven't given me back my trackies
I'm
either.
sorry. We actually had him in a bag to give him back to you.
Okay, well then,
I'd like to put that onto Johnny.
Johnny will give it back to me.
He will give him back to
Yeah.
you.
You know what's crazy, right? So like when you and Johnny first started dating, and he would always like talk about you guys and be like, oh, like you texted me this, or oh man, this is
It's fantastic to know
Yeah.
continue.
yeah.
Please.
And then like he'd be excited of all the things he said. And because I was listening to the text or reading the text that you had sent him, sometimes no, he just sent me cute ones, not like
Okay.
yeah.
That's so cute.
And then I
That's
literally
such a girl thing to do. I like to know that guys do it too.
no, just Johnny. One thing while we were at the gym, I remember telling him, I said, "Oh my god, you know what I just realized?" And he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "You're dating me. You are dating me. She loves friends. She's super energetic. She's like can be argumentative, blah blah. You're dating me." And he said, "Don't say that. Don't say that."
But that's so true though.
It
you
is so
always
true.
date the opposite sex of your best friend. Like that's so true for me. Like my best friend, her boyfriend's now fiance,
Yeah.
is the same as me, but the guy version of me.
Wow.
So I'll agree with him more than I'll agree with my best friend, and she can't stand it. But we're like the same,
Whoa.
which is so weird. So I feel like because obviously your best friend's the person that's like that you get along with the most.
That's
Then
true.
you obviously just want to find someone that's just like the opposite gender of them if you swing that way, you know?
You reckon?
I wouldn't want
Nah.
any girl to be anything like my best friends.
My girlfriend's like.
Do you know my best friends?
Yeah, I think.
What's wrong with yes?
no.
Well, then one of them is my boyfriend. What are you trying to say?
I wouldn't date him.
Why not? Why wouldn't you date the female version of him?
Are you kidding?
Why?
Are you kidding? There's so many reasons. I don't
It's
want to
okay,
talk
we're not
shit.
talking about you right now. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, my girlfriend's. I wish she's complete opposite of my best friend.
In what
that's
way?
what's up.
Like
Yeah.
personality.
In personality, she's much more to herself. If anything, she's more similar to me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
we're the exception then. I don't know.
Yeah.
You.
I think it doesn't apply to everyone. Everyone's
Yeah,
different.
it's not a
Yeah.
general rule.
Yeah.
It's just my experience.
Yeah, but it is interesting. That is
Yeah.
a really interesting take.
Yeah, but my
Just
partner,
take-
no, I would say she's very similar to me. If anything, more like to herself, and
Yeah,
like she likes to do her own thing.
yeah.
Yeah, because she's super extroverted.
Yeah.
She's nothing like him.
But
Yeah.
like your other
But she
like
can
your
be
friends?
though. She,
Huh?
she can be quite extroverted.
Only to the closest.
she knows,
Yeah, people
yeah.
closest to her. My other best friend that owns this place.
Yeah.
Eric, he's actually been on the podcast. He's super extroverted as well.
Shout out, shout out
Yeah.
Eric, Viva
Okay.
HQ.
He's similar to Earl, if anything. Yeah, in terms of like he needs to be around people to get that energy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so Earl for sure.
Shout out Viva HQ,
Yeah,
our sponsors.
Shout out VVHQ.
I mean, she's all right. Like she's quite extroverted if she wants to be. But what I was meant to say is you guys as a couple have like kind of morphed into the same person now.
Yeah.
You know how couples
How
do
long
that?
have you been
Yeah.
together?
4 years next
Yeah.
month.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's easier for you to say like she's so similar to you
Yeah.
Yeah,
now.
yeah, that's
Maybe she
true.
wasn't at the start, but you don't remember.
While we're on the topic of relationships,
Mm.
one thing I love about you guys now is like you guys have just butted into your first like I'd say big relationships, like long-term relationships. How's that new journey for you guys?
How long have you been with your partner?
Just over a year and a half. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, 2 years very soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So what about
good.
yourself?
Well, we've been together for a year and 2 months now.
Holy hell! See, it's so,
So
similar.
Oh my gosh, what's your Annie?
That's
I love it.
the 5th of June.
Oh, May 28th.
Oh,
So
damn, imagine it
soon.
was 5.
That's
That'd be so
crazy.
funny.
Oh, it's pretty close there.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
and also, you guys are the same age
Yeah.
and both Italian.
I'm both
Yeah.
Italian.
We're-
Both my friends. Now that you guys have been in a semi-long-ish relationship or your first ever, what do you think is the difference now in between this relationship and what do you think is the difference between an adult type of love or like that young kind of
Yeah,
love?
puppy love.
Yeah.
So I don't want to first downplay the love that you have when you're young, because
True.
I've always been really conscious of that, and now that I have cousins, so I've always been the oldest, and my cousins are 18, 19 at the moment, and so like they've kind of like learnt from like my experience, and then they're going through the exact same thing, even though they kind of know what to avoid or not to avoid.
Yeah.
It's just natural to go through it. But I think the worst thing you can do is downplay that what they feel right now, even if they're 16 or 18 or 21, is not love. That's not true. At that age, it is the love that you think.
But I didn't say. I said.
No, I'm just saying like
Yeah.
it's different, but doesn't mean it's any less or not love, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So I feel like that's all you know it to be at that age, if that makes sense.
100%.
Like, whereas like at least I know my family, like they act towards those relationships. Oh, you're just 18. Oh, it's just your first relationship. You know, you're still gonna grow up. No, I don't think that's true. I think that like what they feel towards their partner and all the emotions are just so overwhelming because that's their first experience in love. If that makes sense.
Makes a lot of sense.
But I do think that now, like the love in an adult relationship is a more, I don't know if mature is the right word to say, but it's equal, and love's not, oh my God, overwhelming pain, or, you know, a desire for something that you can't have. Love is knowing that you're appreciated as much as you appreciate the other person.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
That's what I think. Whereas when you're younger, it's like, oh my God, I just love them so much because, you know, they don't want to be with me all the time, or, you know, and that's why I think I love them, because it's just the constant chasing after, for example, or, oh my God, oh, that guy is like just so loved by everybody or whatever. For me anyway, I always misconstrued friendship for love. So I always, when I was younger, guys that I was friends with, I was like, oh my God, the feeling that I feel towards you of like being a friend, I was like, oh, I want to date them because they're my friend.
Right.
And so then maybe I came off in a way that I didn't even know it at the time, but I was like flirting, but I wasn't meaning to flirt. They were just my friend. And then when they would ask me out, I'm like, oh, okay, like I like this guy as a friend, so it must
I feel
be that I
comfortable
love
around
them
him.
then as like more.
Interesting.
Oh.
That's
And
an
I think
interesting
I've
concept.
learned as I've gotten older that that's not. You can be friends with your partner for sure, but I don't think that the feelings of friendship are the feelings of the relationship at the start.
I 100%
if that
agree.
makes sense. Like you can
Wait.
100% be friends, but it's a very different type of love, friend love and relationship love.
Yeah.
That was like a whole story, but
Yeah, 100%. I don't even think we answered the question, but okay.
that's my interpretation of the question.
Okay, how about you, Emily?
I feel like we have two different variations of love.
Yeah.
Am I right to assume that you dated before your partner now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. So
That's
I mean, I've got a very different relationship with love itself and relationships, to be completely honest. Majority of my teenage life and teenage years, I was anorexic, so I didn't have that opportunity to date because I needed to really love myself before I
Yes.
could let anybody love me,
Yes,
type of
yes,
thing.
yes.
So my boyfriend now, Luke, is my first and my only love, and he really taught me what love was as a person. Like, it fills my soul with such gratitude and happiness knowing that at the end of the day, I waited for the right person because I wasn't in the right headspace to be in a relationship at such a young age. Yes, I did have crushes, and yes, I did have little flings and that, but that wasn't ever complete to what I now know as love and being loved by. I think with myself, and I completely agree with the friendship and knowing that, you know, okay, maybe I do love them because they are my friend. Like, oh my God, that is music to my ears. It is. It's such music to my ears. But I always turned people down because I knew that they wanted to fix me and I didn't want to be fixed by anybody else. I needed to fix myself. So I needed to love myself so hard in order to get through what I was going through. And only, I think I was around 21 when I decided, okay, I think I'm ready to be in a relationship. And we've had many conversations about this. And it wasn't until I just turned 22 where Luke did come into my life, and you know that story, and surely it's with your partner now. But like, you're like, oh yeah, nah, this is it.
Yeah.
I'm like, yep, I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's like the difference for me is like adult and young love, but like with a different type of self-love.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
really nice. Yeah.
Damn, man. Shit, I don't want to go after that.
Jeez.
I know, yeah, me neither.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
How about you?
That was beautiful, honestly.
thanks so
I really do
much. Yeah,
appreciate
that
that
was
you
beautiful.
said that. Yeah, fuck my
Jeez.
life. I know people. But what I think. See, now I don't know where to start. I had it all in my mind, and now I'm just like, shit. What do I
That's because you
say?
didn't expect such a surprise.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
amazing.
I'm so sorry, guys.
I guess. Look, because to your point, young love was driven so much by like infatuation before.
That's what I,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like all you do is stay up thinking, waiting for that, like thinking about him, like you literally dream about them at night, all that stuff. So it really consumed your thoughts back then. And now I think as an adult, any relationship that I would choose to get into, it's a lot more logical. Like I would think hardly before jumping into another relationship.
Beforehand. Yeah.
100, 110. Like I wouldn't just because I think you're hot as hell or you make me go crazy. That doesn't mean I'm gonna be in a relationship or love you, right? I was in a 5.5 year relationship previously, and I want to say that it didn't start off mature, but it was definitely mature towards the end. But it's interesting you said what you said, because you said love is an adult love is more equal. Is that right? So like
Yeah, I feel like maybe that's just my bias though. Like
No,
I
that's-
felt
no,
like
it's good.
my adult love, I felt like I was loved equally as much as and invested as much time. I invested as much time into them as they did to me.
Yeah,
Whereas
okay,
I
okay,
didn't
okay.
feel that for when I was younger.
Yes.
and here's
It
the
could be
thing.
the other way around. It could have been them.
Yeah.
But then again, it's the infatuation. So they
Yeah,
were
100%.
infatuated with me, and then
Yeah.
I didn't reciprocate as much. Or then when I got a little bit older, I invested more emotion into them,
Yep.
and more of my time than they did to me.
And here's the thing, right? Because like I agree with your point. Like I think it's amazing. When I was in a relationship, that long relationship I had, all I thought about was 50-50. All I thought about is if I do this, will she feel the same, or will she do the same for me? All that stuff. I was really big on everything being 50-50. Not money or anything like that, but like relationship wise, effort and all that stuff. But then I learned for myself, that was probably one of the biggest factors why that relationship didn't last, because there was an expectation of like it being reciprocated. And there was a quote I heard ages ago, which was Steve Harvey, so it's not like a crazy quote. But
I love Steve Harvey.
yeah, I love Steve Harvey. But like a good relationship is 50-50. But a great relationship is 100-100.
Aw.
Yeah. So you give everything you want and more, like as much as you can, without the expectation of anything back, but only because you give and you love and you feel, just because you can and you want to. And the other person will give as much as they can or want, but you expect nothing and they expect nothing.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's where I feel like I'm leading towards now. Wow, we have so not answered this question.
I know.
Yeah, we have so not answered this question.
Maybe Marvin can answer the question.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna pass to Marvin. Marvin,
Difference
what is the
between
difference
adult-
between adult and young love?
Oh, well, for me, young love, because I had one previous relationship for my current one, and that was only 6 months. So that's what I call puppy love, where I just wanted to be in a relationship just because it was a relationship.
Ooh,
Yeah, and then
Is that because you think people were you at school?
no, this is when I was maybe 17 to 18.
Yeah.
So this is my first relationship ever. Before that, had like hookups here and there.
yeah.
But in terms of an actual relationship, first one became official. Yeah, and my thought of love just back then, I don't think it was even love. But what I thought was love then, it was just being in a relationship and like I like you, you like me back. We more romantic things
Yeah.
together instead of just a friendship.
Yeah.
I didn't really have a concept of what love was back then to me.
Yeah.
Now thinking about it now, that was just straight up puppy love. That was just
Do you think that's because of the partner that you've met now,
um
and how the feelings that you feel towards them is
Yeah.
what you think this is actually love? That's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
That's why you can say back then what I felt that
Yeah.
wasn't.
now is completely different. Where now we show appreciation to each other. You do little things for the person because you love them. You just show how much you really have gratitude for someone that cares so much for you.
You cannot describe love, I really think. As much as we all try right
agree.
now,
Yeah.
I agree.
like you
100%.
really cannot, and it's the thing that you cannot describe. And
Yeah,
when you
'cause it's
like
different
when
for everyone.
people, I think my little cousins have asked me like, how do you know that like he's the person, like
just
he's
know.
that he's it, and you say the cheesiest
You just
thing,
know.
you just know, you can't explain, and it's so annoying because I remember when I wasn't in a relationship, I'm like, what do you mean you can't explain it?
What about like at the very start? How did you feel? Did you just know right away, or because for me, right, it was more we grew into that love.
Yeah.
Like for me at the start, I didn't know this person was going to be straight up the one.
Yeah.
Now I have this very extremely strong feelings. I can see the future together. I can see
Yeah.
us
Yeah.
having a house,
How
multiple
long
kids.
do you think that took roughly?
I reckon that took at least
a year?
a year.
Yeah, that's fair. How old
Yeah.
were you when you met?
26.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I'm 29 now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it took me a while, and I was already quite mature. But I think that's because of my lack of concept of what love was.
Yeah.
That's why it took me a while. Even now, I'm still learning a lot. Just what love is.
What do you think? Did you know when you met them?
I didn't think he liked me on the first date. And it
Oh,
really
that's
makes me
okay.
laugh.
How did you meet?
So we met on Hinge.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so met on Hinge, and it was really funny because he like messaged me and I didn't answer for 5 days and he got really, really
That's funny.
upset. But I was actually really sick with COVID in hospital.
That's totally fine, okay? That is totally
And now,
fine.
and he laughs. We laugh about it now because I'm like, oh, sorry, like I had other things
so
going
sorry.
on.
I
know.
I was just trying to survive.
Just trying to breathe, guys. It's fine.
Yeah.
And then, so yeah, we met on Hinge and we went to a Chinese restaurant for like our first date, and we didn't know each other really well. Like we was talking for about 3 months before.
3 months.
Yeah, 3 months.
That's a long time.
He works very slow.
Oh,
Very, very
wait,
slow.
no, but you were.
Very, very slow, but I was also incredibly ill.
Yeah,
Very,
yeah,
very sick.
yeah.
And yeah, we went to a Chinese restaurant and I remember going home because he didn't pull any moves at all, which I thought was very, very odd.
Can I ask a question? When you say didn't make any moves, how did you say goodbye?
Ooh, this is such a good question.
I think we hugged and we said goodbye.
Fair enough.
Oh,
So by
interesting.
you
I
did the
saying
same
didn't
thing.
make any
Yeah.
moves, he didn't kiss you or hold your hand
Yeah.
or something.
But
Understand,
I want
understand.
to like preface, I thought that it was totally normal to go on dates, first date, second dates, and, you know, be really, really affectionate straight away.
Oh.
I now know because he said to me, you know, that isn't very respectful. Like if they don't ask you beforehand, that's not very respectful. And I remember asking a really good friend and I said to her, yeah, I don't think he likes me because he didn't like give me a kiss goodbye. He didn't like give me a hug. He didn't hold my hand. And she's like, Emily, real guys aren't like that. Real guys wait and take like a proper beat and then
I know.
go forward. So on our second date,
Controversial conversation.
on our second date, that's when we really clicked and we spoke about Earls, are you right?
Okay. Hold on.
You know what? Nah, this is why we just look at this guy.
Before you take offense, though.
I'm not taking offense.
Sure. The second date.
Excuse
how
you.
Hold on. The second date, when you say that you connected, why? Because you understood that, oh, just because he's not physically affectionate, that doesn't mean he's not into me. What this was the second date that you were like,
I think this brings us into the next topic. I have endometriosis and I was really struggling that day. And to talk about endometriosis and about my past with anorexia, that's a really, really hard topic to talk about still. And he was asking me about my high school life and we went for a walk and I said, look, to be completely honest, I had anorexia and I have endometriosis. And he didn't ask the question as many guys have in the past and said, can you have kids? He said, what can I do when you're having a bad day?
Oh my god.
And that's how I knew. And I was like, yep, that's a keeper right there.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Wow, what a guy.
Shout out to him, man.
Yeah, bro.
Swear.
You a man.
He's gonna like listen to this and be like, yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
that
He's
was
like,
on
yeah.
your second date.
Second date.
Yeah.
So for 3 months that you'd been speaking, you never spoke about it over message?
No.
Yeah, wow.
Wow.
Second date.
I
yeah.
wanted
Yeah.
him to know who I was as a
I like
person
that.
before he knew my past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's completely fair. That's completely fair. Okay, say what you wanted to say.
Hey,
and then,
relax.
And then we'll talk about what we
Deanna,
have
what
to
the
talk
hell,
about.
man? Don't lead me
Yes,
into it. I lead you.
Earl.
But I
into
know,
it.
but I shushed you, so I want you to say what you
Okay.
had to say.
Please.
Okay.
Everybody's
What do you wanna
entitled to
say?
speak.
I just wanna like go back onto like, you know what? Your friend has every right to say what she said about
It's funny because you know this friend too.
Oh, I do. Oh, I love her.
Yeah, we love her. Continue.
Yeah.
Go
yeah,
on,
now he's
go
even
on.
more
Do you agree with what
Fuck,
she said?
now I don't know what to say. Oh my god. Oh no, I gotta stop now.
No, it's fine. Maybe
No,
she's not
tell
gonna
me.
watch
No,
this.
no, no, no,
Just
no,
say.
no, 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 no. Oh, well, I just want to say, because here's the thing, right? Someone who is single, there is always that pressure of, do they make the move? Do they not? Do I make the move? Do I not? Do I do? Do I not? I think it's so hard to say whether or not making the move is the right way to go, because no matter what, someone will always say something else. Like someone always says, so if let's say I didn't kiss the girl on the first date, but everything went well. On the second date, people like that same girl will say, why didn't you kiss me on the first date? Like what? That doesn't make sense. And then I get the pressure of like, oh wait, okay, fuck, why didn't I kiss her on the first date? And then and then it will be another girl I've been on a date. Well, not that I've been on a date with multiple girls, but But let's say if I was to go on a date with someone else, I've heard the thing like, if I've told a friend we kissed on the first date or something more than kissed on the first date, I've heard the saying like, either awesome, like you made the move, great, or that's a bit fucked up. Like I can many times people have been like, so she that you kiss her, that's kind of
too fast.
Yeah, too fast. So I don't know. I don't think there's a proper, like, to say real men. Like I mean, it's beautiful. He is a real man.
It was very much like he was equally as nervous as me. I've never been treated so respectfully before. Maybe that's a better way of putting it.
Yeah, he was respectful.
He was very, very respectful in the way that he did things and all of his mannerisms on the first day and on the second day and every day that we've been on since. Dates that were like, I was on a date one time and they asked you flat out, like, can you have kids?
Ooh,
and that would make you instantly not want to talk to anybody else ever about having endometriosis.
Yeah. I don't want to talk to you about that.
Yeah.
I barely talk about it. I'm not going to tell
and
this random guy.
it's such a misinformed question.
It is.
Also,
like,
which is not their fault because that's all they associate it with.
It's all they do. Like,
it's a very direct question to
ask
somebody that you do not know.
You should never ask a woman that in general. If they're going to have children, if they can conceive, what are they going to do if they can't conceive?
I'm surprised that question even comes.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Like it does, and it does way too often when you talk about endometriosis. I was in the car like a couple of weeks ago, and someone asked me in front of my partner, like, "Oh, so you worry about having kids? It's not your business.
Ooh, yes,
it's not your business. Don't ask a woman that. Full stop.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter what their circumstances are.
And you know what? It's not just guys that ask you that either.
Oh, it's women too.
I have like female colleagues as well who, and again. That's why we're here because, you know, it's not that they're trying to be mean. It's not that they're trying to be insensitive. I really just think they do not know. They don't know that what that question does is cause you to be like, oh my God, you know, in my, and I'm not speaking on behalf of everybody that has endometriosis, but that's the worst thing or part of my condition is that it could affect fertility.
Yep.
So for you to ask me that straight out is just like, I'm trying so hard to make sure that doesn't happen and, you know, keep my options open. And then you just assume immediately. You're not asking, can I? You're asking, you can't, can you? That's true. You're not saying, can you? Because why would you ask that question? That's like saying anything. I have any type of condition, anything. Asthma. I have asthma. Do people ask me, can you have kids? No. And I know it's a different part of the body, but why is that the ultimate follow-up question? And she's correct.
It's correct in the sense exactly what you are saying. So many women and so many men, that's what they associated with. You hear endometriosis and you hear fertility.
So what is endometriosis?
So endometriosis, or endo as we call it because we are pros about it, is when tissue that's similar to that of the uterus grows outside of the uterus. So it can grow anywhere. It could be in your ovaries, it could be in your stomach, it could be in your lungs, it could be anywhere. And it's a chronic condition that there is no cure for. Doesn't matter what anybody says, there is no cure for it.
Shit.
And it's something that normally develops once you like go through puberty, but you don't get diagnosed with it for a very long time, at least in my experience, because it's still a really misunderstood condition. So that's endometriosis. And then there's sister conditions, which Emily would talk about as well, that is like similar to it.
Yeah. Just before we touch on that, how many surgeries, can I ask, have you had?
I only have had one.
Okay,
because I only got diagnosed last year.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, cool.
Yeah, what about you?
So I've had one surgery. I've probably have to do another one this year, which is my second. I got diagnosed 4 years ago.
Wow.
But I've had pain since I was 15. So very, very long time. The sister of endometriosis is adenomyosis. So endo and adeno. Adeno is when there is endometriosis on your actual uterus and uterus muscle. You can't actually have surgery for that. The only surgery you can have for that is a hysterectomy, which is where they take out your whole entire uterus and discard it. So, yeah.
So there's no way to fix it.
There's no way to fix it. No.
Wait. Can you live without your uterus?
Yeah.
You can live without your uterus. Children. You can just never have children. So a lot of women in this case have hysterectomy after they have had children. Where was your endo?
So mine was in my ovaries, particularly my right one, and behind my uterus.
Okay.
Yeah.
My endometriosis was all on my left side of my ovary,
Yeah.
going onto my bladder, my bowel, and going into my rectum.
God damn.
Yeah. So it was only recently, very, very recently actually, that I got diagnosed with adenomyosis because that can be detected via ultrasound. I want to be very clear. You cannot have endometriosis without a laparoscopy or a hysteroscopy surgery. You can't. You cannot say, oh, I've got endo. And when I asked, have you had surgery? If you say
No.
yes, you have endo.
Yeah.
Very clearly. If you say no, that's an assumption that you have endometriosis.
Okay.
It can't be detected via ultrasound. Adeno
Or
can,
blood test.
or a
Doesn't
blood
matter
test.
what Channel 9 says to you at the moment. No offense to
you
anyone.
You can detect adenomyosis on an ultrasound because they can see the thickening of your uterus, and that's it. But still, you cannot see endometriosis.
Yep.
So that's the very similar surgeries and ultrasounds that you have.
And a laparoscopy, for people who don't know,
Yeah, I was
is
just gonna
keyhole
ask.
Yeah, I have
surgery.
Yeah, I have
what
no
these-
clue,
what
man.
these
Keyhole
words-
surgery. Laparoscopy is keyhole surgery, where they make an incision here where the camera goes in, and then incisions lower down on the sides of your abdomen and then lower down closer to where your uterus would be. And the camera goes in and they they can investigate all through
crap.
your body
Holy
to see
shit.
the tissue. So this tissue normally is described as like dark black in appearance. And then once they see it, then they can excise it or ablate it, which means they can either burn it or remove it. But when you remove it, it can mean that you can you automatically take off some of the tissue. So, for example, if it's on your ovaries, you take off a little bit of the ovary. So that's the only way that you can identify endo.
Just to touch a bit more on excision and ablation surgery. Ablation surgery is very common in endometriosis. I, again, want to express ablation doesn't get rid of it fully.
Shortcut.
It's a shortcut version. It gets burnt at the cervix and that's it. Excision surgery, which is what I've had and you've had.
I actually had ablation.
You had ablation. Sorry, my mistake.
No, that's okay.
Excision surgery is a little bit more expensive. It's not covered by insurance often. They open you up and they take it out bit by bit.
Oh.
God damn.
So I actually was not in pain for 4 years after I had my first surgery, and only recently it's come back within the past 6
fantastic.
months, which is phenomenal. Again, I went on the private route. Out of pocket expenses are
Yeah.
through the roof. That was 4 years ago. I paid out of pocket just under $3,500.
God damn.
Holy-
It's not covered by insurance.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is. They say endometriosis, but really it's a gynecological report. That's it.
Yeah.
So I know for a fact that surgery is going to be now, because of inflation, a lot more expensive.
Yeah.
But if I have to have excision surgery to not be in pain for another
Yeah.
4.5 years, I will do that.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
that is the difference between ablation and excision surgery.
4.5 years is ridiculous. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
It's
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Mine's
And
not even last me 1 year.
Oh wow.
ablation
I last
because it's
6
more
months.
common.
Yeah.
And it's really, really disappointing because sometimes gynecologists don't tell you that upfront.
Yeah. And you only know afterwards. So
Yep.
this is the thing, and this is why we're talking about it, is because we didn't even know beforehand what's the
Yeah.
difference between what we're talking. You go to a specialist, you think they'll do what's the best,
Yeah, yeah.
options for recovery and to ensure that you never have to come back again.
Yeah.
But really, I don't even know whether it's that they don't know or whether it's that, from in my experience, because I was young and you would have been even younger, they don't want to risk removing tissue,
Yep.
good
No.
tissue like your ovaries,
Yep.
because then that can reduce your chances of being successful in having a child.
Yep.
So then they do the shortcut and you only know afterwards.
Yep.
When you wake up and you go, so what did you do? Oh, I just burnt it. Oh, cool. And at the time you're like, cool. And then you read about it.
Yep.
Because this all happens in a very quick period of time, right? From when you get diagnosed, when you have surgery, in my experience anyway, it's like, boom, let's go.
Yep.
I've been waiting my whole life to get diagnosed. Let's go. And then when they did it, I was like, oh, cool, afterwards. And then you read. And even now, I'm still learning more that it lasts
Yeah.
you 4.5 years, and I've got it. And this is the first time I've learned that.
Can I ask, because you guys have shared your experiences, especially like online? I remember you posting up a lot to raise awareness. How has this like affected your daily lives? Because I mean, I remember, man, you went through a lot in terms of like getting needles in and all that stuff. How do you think that's affected your daily tasks, or if anything?
Oh, man, it makes me quite upset still because I wasn't in pain for 4.5 years, but I've got medical trauma for 5 years of trying to advocate for myself to a GP and a doctor to see what's wrong. I was misdiagnosed 17 times.
Holy
PCOS,
shit.
polycystic ovarian syndrome. Just unlucky that I've got highly cystic ovaries, that having a cyst on my ovary is normal. Having really bad periods, bleeding through 3 overnight pads in 30 minutes was normal.
Damn.
It is not normal to feel pain on your period. And it is ridiculous how women are brought up to be like, yeah, no, because I'm a girl, periods are meant to be really, really painful. No, they're not meant to be painful. It didn't hurt my everyday life until 6 months ago, where I'm like, holy crap, this is the worst pain I've ever felt. How on earth did I deal with that at 15 years old until I hit 20? And it breaks my heart. It seriously does that you're feeling that right now, because there is nothing worse than feeling like you're not heard by a medical professional. And that the fact that they didn't tell you that it was excision surgery really does break my heart, because I went to one gynecologist who just totally misled me and was like, yeah, no, we're going to do ablation. I said, no, I want excision. I was like, if I'm going to get surgery out of pocket, I want excision because you're going to take it out bit by bit. And that's what I'm going to do to get it, because I have to advocate continuously to get to where I need to be in order to be pain-free.
I think that the biggest thing that I just resonated with that you said is that pain's not normal. So that is what everybody will be told, and not just by specialists, by your parents, and that's not their fault because they do not know. And by parents, I mean your mum probably, and your aunties and your cousins that are older than you, and you all experience the same thing. It took me 24 years to be told by a specialist that when your body experiences pain, that's because there's something wrong with you. It's not a normal thing. You're not just meant to have pain, right? That's not normal. Anything else that you ever experience, you cut yourself, you have pain. It's because you cut yourself, not just because it's just a thing.
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest thing ever. And that is what I'm really passionate about, is that you have to advocate for yourself. You should not have to advocate for yourself. It is 2023. We live in Australia. It's a first world country. We have fantastic medical systems, and yet a condition that affects 1 in 10 women in Australia.
It's actually 1 in 9 now.
1 in 9
God
now.
damn.
Because
Are you
now that I'm
fucking
thinking,
serious?
if my partner's been misdiagnosed, because she gets such bad period pains to the point where she has to go to hospital sometimes.
Yep. No, it's not normal.
Yeah,
She needs to go to a
I
specialist.
forgot the condition.
If she needs to talk to
Yeah, tell
someone,
her.
you're
What's-
talking
what's
to the
this
right
called?
girls.
That's what she said. She's got.
Dysmenorrhea.
Yeah.
So which
Oh,
is just
yes.
i.e. just
that-
menstrual cramp
Yeah.
pain.
Because like I'm thinking, like,
But see, that in and of itself is such a cop out, right?
Yeah.
That is such a cop out.
because that's what she's been diagnosed with.
Man, I
That's
know
just
nothing.
a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody has that. So
Yeah.
Okay.
that's not an explanation for your pain.
Okay.
Right?
Ah.
So and not to say to your partner that she doesn't know what she's talking about. It's
Yeah.
just that she's been told you have menstrual cramps. Cool.
Yeah,
that's
that's-
a
'cause that's all she-
symptom of a period.
'cause that's all she's
not
been
the
told.
reason. Yeah.
So I'm
So
just
she-
thinking if maybe because you've been misdiagnosed, 17 times.
So many times.
Maybe
yeah.
she has to get more, get another
Who
opinion.
did she get diagnosed with that
I'm
by?
not too
Oh.
sure.
On
And we
average,
can't
it
bring that
does
up either.
take a very, very long time to get diagnosed with endometriosis.
Yeah.
I always say if you suspect that you have endometriosis and you don't have access or the privilege to go through private health insurance, pop your name down on a public system. It doesn't matter if it takes 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pop it down.
And now we're really fortunate because the government's funded endometriosis and pelvic pain clinics across Australia.
Awesome.
So there's 4 in Victoria, Ringwood, Belmont, but the thing is that they're very hard to get into because they only have one specialist operating there, but it is all comped.
Yep.
Oh.
So that's the only thing. And the advantage of this is that you have one specialist who knows everything. So they can have pelvic pain physio, gynecologist, everything.
physio for that,
I've personally been on the wait list now for 2 months. It'll be coming up to 3 months. Even though I do have private health insurance, even the people that I've gone through privately, I've still not been happy with the results that I've been given. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm going through that system. It is also a very expensive lifestyle to lead.
Oh yeah.
So if you're fortunate enough to be able to afford private health insurance, then that's great. Doesn't mean it's the answer. So certainly we'll talk to her about that, and I'm sure Emily would be as well. Like happy to give her any referrals to people.
Yeah, no.
Nice.
But yeah, so in terms of day-to-day life, I've been suffering from pelvic pain since I was 7.
Oh damn.
And that was
7.
was diagnosed as lactose intolerance.
Oh, no.
And I am lactose
Yeah.
intolerant. But I wasn't going to the Royal Children's Hospital like every day for an ultrasound because I'm lactose intolerant, right?
Yeah.
So that was when I was 7, and then when I turned 10, I still had pelvic pain. So then I was diagnosed with fructose intolerance.
Wow.
I've still had pain, and then only last year was I diagnosed with celiac disease. So the answer is always it's a digestive intestinal issue. The thing is that intolerances and allergies are symptoms of endometriosis.
Yep.
So it's easier for them to say you have these things, which I do. But I am very diligent about my diet. I never waver, ever.
100%.
Which means in
I
terms
can
of
attest to that,
and
yeah.
you would know day-to-day life when we go out, vodka, lime soda,
100%.
Moscato to treat myself.
You always have to ask like what's on the sauces and the kitchen. Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's been a really big thing. I can't go out for dinner, for a meal and just easily just go wherever. It's a whole process. Let's look up the menu in advance. Always have to call the restaurant.
Yes,
really
always.
frustrating.
Yeah. I mean,
and-
no.
Pardon?
Sorry, because I agreed with no. It's frustrating. I didn't mean it's frustrating.
But you're a friend of mine, and you know that and it affects my friends too. Where we want to go out for dinner. Where can Deana go?
Yeah.
Like it's not like where do we want to go? Which also pisses me off because I want to just be able to go places without having to be such a thorough process. And then you still go, and then you still pay $50 to be in pain because people just are not as diligent as you. So and my main grievance is it affects my work. So I work full time. My job, I can't afford to be in pain.
Yeah.
Not that anybody can, but it's not. I unfortunately don't have the luxury to work from home. I'm trying to get on a flexible working arrangement now. But that's my biggest grievance is that my job's already challenging enough, and I don't want to have to be affected by having pain every single day.
Yeah. It's hard.
That's my big thing. So yeah, I think just like lifestyle and work is like what mainly affects me.
We touched on it earlier, but I think it's good to tie it in again. How has it affected relationships?
So obviously, Emily told her partner on the second date.
Yeah.
I'm not going to speak for you, but I think it's because it's your life. So it may as well, no point dating somebody if they don't know.
Yeah.
For me, it was hard because I didn't know what was wrong with me. So I kind of was scared for, anybody to kind of go near the area that causes the pain. So a symptom of endo is dyspareunia. And that's pain from having sex. So I knew that that was painful. So then that affected my willingness to get into relationships, even if it wasn't like really serious relationships, just casually. So, and that's kind of a thing. Well, if you don't have a partner that's going to understand, it's kind of like, well, it's just too much work to explain. Then it's not enjoyable, and then it's like all this, precursor things that you have to like discuss.
Yeah.
I'm really open about it. I talk to friends about it and family, but I think it's a really vulnerable part of yourself that not that you should ever be ashamed about it, and I am not, but people can judge you.
Yes. Very true.
And I think that in terms of adult relationships, it is true in that it affects your ability to have children. So if you're dating someone who has an intention of having kids, but not even just that, like your relationship is going to be a little bit harder than somebody who doesn't have a chronic condition. And I'm very grateful that I have a supportive partner, but that was also why I was skeptical to trust somebody completely because I'm in a stage of my life where I'm not completely in control of how I feel all the time. And I can't just be always, happy and pain-free and everything. And that's a lot for people.
Yeah.
It was a lot for my family, and it breaks my heart to put that on my family. And they, still now get really emotional about not being able to take my pain away from me when I've been experiencing it from such a young age.
Yeah.
And I don't want to put that on another person. So I always take that into consideration with my relationship. But I think that I was also pretty upfront, not on the second date, but unfortunately, but maybe it was a blessing in disguise. I had my surgery only after 1 month of dating Johnny.
Oh.
Fucking hell.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
And so there wasn't really time to beat around the bush, dating Johnny, and meeting him 2 months after meeting him.
Yeah.
So
Lord have mercy.
So there wasn't really much time, and you know, this had been in the background, you know, he came along, but in the background I'd been seeing specialists and everything for a very long time and I couldn't kind of put that on pause.
Yeah.
It actually made me more motivated because obviously I wanted to be able to have a pain-free life with him and experience everything that comes with being in a relationship. So I had to do it, not just for myself now, but also for the quality of relationship that I wanted.
Another driving
100%.
factor.
So we were on a walk as well, which is so funny. And then I told him that I had endometriosis and then I was going to have surgery. And he actually said what was so funny, and I'm not going to quote him,
You can
but
quote
what
him.
was so funny
Quote
was
the shit out of him.
You can quote him.
he said, so what's then, how do you feel about, like, how's that going to affect you? How's that going to affect you? And I said, well, he was being more sensitive to the question about children. So how does that affect you going forward? And I said, it may reduce my chance of having kids, but that's why having kids for me is a deal breaker. I will have kids one way or another. Adoption, surrogacy, I do not care.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, wow, like I didn't expect that. And he said, if you couldn't have had kids, it doesn't make a difference because like you're worth it or whatever, something like that. And
Don't downplay it like that. God
That's so
damn, it was
sweet.
sweet.
I
And
don't
then you
want to quote
fucking.
it, but it was nice. I don't want to quote it because I don't remember it right now. But
Okay.
that was like, to me, like for a person to say that's known you for 2 months, even if you can't, and I know that he wanted to have children and he's a little bit older than me. So, and he's surrounded, he has a niece and he's surrounded
he's old
by-
as hell.
And he's a little bit older than me.
He's so old, man.
You're the same age as
No,
him.
I'm not. He's older than me.
By how long?
So many years.
That's a lie, everybody.
Putting up
Anyway,
one
but
finger.
because I knew that he was surrounded by a family, had a big family, lots of little kids, I knew that that's what he wanted. So for him to say that was just like, that's when I knew as well as
Yeah.
I mean, relationships, going back to the question with relationships, my family were very much in denial in a way because they're like, no, like you're fine. Even going into surgery, bless my mum, love my mum. She's like, no, you're fine. I was getting wheeled into surgery and the typical Italian mother's like, no, you're fine. They're not going to find anything.
Yeah.
Get wheeled out. And I have a big yes on my hand that was written by my surgeon. I was like to the nurse, I'm like, please tell me I have it. They're like, yeah, we did and we got rid of so much. And that made me so, so happy. My mum walks in with the most guilty face and she's like, so you have it? Let's talk about your options. And I said, Mum, not the time. I was like, not the time. And then so my relationship with my family is really, really great now. They know when I'm having a really bad pain day, especially around the time of ovulation. That's when my pain is at my peak. It is
Damn.
horrific.
So you don't skip your period
No, I am very lucky. I have my period every single month.
on purpose.
Yep. I'm not on any sort of birth control, nothing.
Oh,
I don't
was so
want to.
confused.
But look,
I was so
endometriosis is a
confused.
very similar, it can stop periods.
Oh,
And it can be
holy
very
shit.
inconsistent. So I walked into my gynecologist appointment with a period book and I said I had my period for 3 days this month and it was this color and it lasted for this long because
wow.
I was so over getting told it is in my head. I'm like, no, you open me up. I'm like, just give me the scalpel. Like, seriously, I'll do it myself.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Like,
Oh my
please.
God, that was graphic.
I was like, please, guys, like, please. I know that something is wrong. Like, you need to believe me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was totally fine. Like, relationships with your family and friends can differ. I'm very lucky in the sense that I don't have many pain days up until now. I maybe get them still, maybe a whole week out of a month,
Yep.
where I'm going to guess and go on a whim that you have them quite often. And it is horrific. And I really, really do sympathize with you. I mean, one thing that really works for me is a TENS machine. And we've got ours waiting right here.
Yeah.
What?
I was wondering what
Oh,
you guys
yeah.
brought
TENS
along with
machine.
you.
So
This
we
is a
have different
TENS
ones.
machine.
Take yours out of
Yeah.
your box because I've actually never seen one like that.
This is a TENS machine. A TENS machine basically sends signals to your pain. So it helps with that medication. Because I have pain quite literally everywhere at times. It looks like an iPod. And do you want to like put it on you so you can
Oh,
feel
is
it?
this the one that?
Me?
Yeah.
I want put it on me.
If you'd like.
Oh,
Okay.
is this the one that you see a lot online? That
Yeah.
the guys
Yeah.
kind of like.
So-
Oh, that's the one that replicates the
Yeah,
pain of the
replicates-
contractions.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm
Yeah,
gonna put
yeah,
on this.
similar
Okay,
to
I'll
that.
put it on
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Don't worry about the game. Just do this.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the game.
Wait, I don't know where to
So
put
you
it.
have 2 stickies.
Okay.
I want you to put it. I put it where my ovaries are in my stomach.
Oh,
and my
where
uterus.
are
Put it
your
here.
ovaries?
So if you just
Put it
pop
here.
up your top,
Lower abdomen.
Lower
Yeah.
abdomen.
lower abdomen.
Take your scarf off.
Okay. Oh God. Oh God.
Show us your belly.
Lower abdomen, like here.
That's fine. We don't need to see any more than that.
yep.
Yeah, just there.
Oh, this is gonna be hilarious.
Like here. Like just like that. And then what's the other one?
On the other side.
On the opposite side. Fuck.
And there's levels to this, right?
Yeah.
Like
How many
here?
levels does yours have?
So happy I shaved.
So this actually simulates a period.
What do I
So
put this?
the ones that you see online
on my
simulates a
belly.
contraction,
A contraction, yeah, yeah.
pain.
Yeah.
These are similar to that, but they are sending electrical currents or nerves to your muscles to try and trick your pain
what's going on?
receptors
So
to not
I'm
feeling
gonna-
pain.
I'm
okay.
gonna put 1. I usually go to 3. That really helps me.
What am I doing right now?
So we'll start.
Just
We'll
sweat.
go gradually.
Whoa, chill, man. Whoa, what's
That's
going on?
1.
Yep.
I go up to
that feels
3
pretty
when I'm
good.
on a really
This
bad
is
period.
one.
So, that's
So this
1.
is to make you feel better, not to
Yeah.
make you feel
Feels
worse.
pretty good.
Okay, can I, with your
Go, go
consent,
up.
can I pop it up?
Yeah, sure.
This is,
Oh! Oh! What the fuck? Wait, what level is that?
that's 2.
Oh, that's 2?
Sorry, it goes up to 20 levels, not 10.
What? That's meant to be.
Do you want me to stop it?
No.
Relax.
It's just a weird.
Relax. Can I now pop it up to 3? This is as high as I go.
It is so hard to tense.
Don't tense. You're not meant to be
Yeah.
tensing.
Okay.
Relax.
That is such a
Okay,
weird
I'm gonna
feeling.
go up to 10.
Relax.
Wait, maybe
How
slowly.
about actually,
Maybe slowly
I'm
up to
going to
10.
take those off and you pop it on so you can feel
Oh,
the
no.
same thing at the same time.
But you're gonna show your belly.
Yeah, it's alright.
You feel
To
comfortable?
your belly.
Yeah, go.
You need
No,
to
take
you
it.
turned it off.
It's off.
Yeah,
It's not
good.
on
Because
anymore.
otherwise it'll
You can stop shaking.
give you
Oh,
pins
whoa!
and needles in your finger.
Like that is such a weird feeling, though.
It is very weird.
Okay.
Now everyone's gonna be like, Earl doesn't have abs. Fuck.
Don't worry.
But
Exposed.
with this, we can make it.
Oh shit.
That's
It's
Did-
fine. You just plug it back in.
Oh, can you plug it in?
So
Okay, show my belly.
It is
That's
such a
fine.
weird
Wait,
feeling.
on the side.
okay, I'm gonna pop it up to
You gotta
1.
put it on you properly. Yeah.
Yeah?
Undo.
Yep.
Yeah.
It gives me like a
Can
weird.
you feel that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can feel that.
Oh, I can feel it.
Alright, 2.
That is such a weird feeling.
Interesting.
Can I do 3?
Yeah. That is such. It is such a. Because your belly. Shit. That's weird.
That helps.
Yeah.
That helps you.
It distracts your pain.
Fuck. That is such a weird feeling.
It is a weird feeling.
I don't know what one you have. Is that now off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Off. Yeah.
Who can feel that? You?
Yeah, it's me.
Well, the
It
whole
is such a.
time.
I think it's close to. It's too close to. It's too close to my bladder.
So can I pop it up a few more for you so you can feel it?
Is that me or him? It's me. Okay, yeah, that's not. That's enough. That's enough. I think it's good for me.
You're good. So that's what it is.
Ah, okay.
God, you poor thing. Why do you do that? Why do you? Is
But that
the-
helps.
That helps.
Okay.
So
So you
while I'm packing this up, do you want to tell me about your one?
Oh yeah, so mine doesn't have cables.
Yep.
Mine's a little compact thing if you want to open it up.
Oh, okay.
So your one, you guys can't use it because mine doesn't have as much sticky.
Yep.
But I basically put it here, and it has
Hold her
6
mic.
functions.
Hold her mic.
It has 6 functions. And you just click the middle power button and then increase it slowly. These ones really good because I just put it under my pants even while I'm working and you can't see it.
Okay.
I
Oh,
just have
awesome.
a tiny little bump. So I wear it like when I go out and stuff and everything. And it's, in my experience, alternative to pain meds. So this is called the Aura.
Or
In terms of like, you know, the pain without it and with it on, how much does it decrease the pain?
So much.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Like percentage wise, like maybe
feels like
60%
painful.
of it gone?
Oh,
say?
90.
90,
Oh.
really?
Depends on the function. If you started on lower, then no, it will not completely take away your pain, right? It's a distraction, and the nerves that it sends to your the nerve signals, the electrical nerve signals that it sends to your nerves, is what distracts you, and then your brain does not regulate what you're feeling as pain. So it distracts your pain receptors in your stomach and say, no, calm down, distract yourself, feel this tense instead. So the lower, no, it's a distraction, but as you go higher up, yes, it does hide the pain and then it gradually goes away. So I don't even notice sometimes when I have it on and it just stays on. Like I'll have it for a whole day that I'm in court
Oh, wow.
And
okay.
so sometimes it'll turn off automatically, and then I'll have to do a little dodgy down my pants
Yeah.
and push it back on. But it's just low, and it just helps you maintain like kind of a level of bearable pain. So
Okay.
I'm not speaking for everybody, but I experience chronic pain because I've had the condition for such a long time.
Yep.
So my body's always has a little bit of pain all the time. But that little bit of pain, I can live with it. I'm used to feeling discomfort every day.
Yeah.
So it kind of, the TENS machine brings it down to that level. It's only when I have a flare up that I'm like, nah, catch you later, pop some meds. Because it's just, you know, the TENS machine is only temporary, and if I take it off, it will start again.
It comes back.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I have to invest one for my missus.
Yeah, it would
Yeah,
be good, man.
This
Yeah.
one's really good because it's so compact.
Because she kept thinking that it's like a gimmick.
No.
That's the best
Oh,
thing
no.
ever.
And this
Yeah,
one,
that's the
and
best
this
thing
one
ever.
anyway, you can get your money back. I think it's like
okay.
60 or
Awesome.
100
Yeah.
day money back. But honestly, like I was skeptical too. And
Yeah,
what was
that's
so
why.
funny for me was my gynecologist actually said, no, don't use it. They don't work.
Wow.
And so I didn't get it.
I'd be looking into a new gynecologist.
Well, it's so interesting, right? Because maybe in his experience, he's like, no, the people that I've had didn't work.
Oh, his experience. The
with
man
his,
with a
with
uterus.
his patients, with his
Oh,
patients.
with his patients. Okay.
But you know what? Saying that, what you're going to say,
Yeah.
I've actually got the best medical support from men.
Oh,
not women.
really?
I can agree with that.
Oh, wow.
Which
Interesting.
is the complete opposite of what you would think.
My
Interesting.
gynecologist is a male, and
There you
he's
go.
the best.
Oh,
and,
there
and
you
that's
go.
a thing, at least for me, that I had to get over. Like, it's a little bit
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
yeah.
I
Like,
can
they're
imagine.
doing
Yeah.
internal exams.
I didn't care. I was like,
Whereas-
fix me.
Fix me.
Whereas if you get to that point, you're just like, I do
Yeah.
not care desperately. But you'd think that people who have the same body parts as you would be
Yeah.
and have a medical degree would know. And it's not a hate to women gynecologists. It's just in my experience.
Yes.
Both male GPs and male gynecologists have been the ones that have answered my prayers and helped me.
Good
Yeah.
stuff.
So I
I
just wanted
agree
to
with that.
shout out to my gynecologist that I don't hate on him. But
Yeah.
saying that, my surgery was meant to last me 2 years, no pain, 2 to 5. It lasted me 6 months. And so then this year I was in hospital and I went, I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to try. I'm going to buy a TENS machine. And
Nice.
it's been an amazing alternative to medication. I hate taking medication. Hate it. And it's so cute because on the box it's like no more heat packs, no more peppermint tea. And that's what I've been using my entire life.
Nice.
So there's a whole community of people out there, and now something's made specifically for you. So I would 100% give it a try. Best investment.
100%.
We'll drop the product codes on the bio of the video.
Yep.
So anyone that wants to try it can just click on the link and grab one for yourself. We've talked about again, thank you guys for sharing the TEMS machine and the Aura or other way around.
Yep.
They're both tens.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, okay.
That got me effed up. I'm not gonna lie. We talked about things that could help you, and what are the learnings that you've had in your lives now that anyone who's going through the same thing, they can take on board and maybe help them get through what they're going through in terms of endometriosis.
Say it with me.
Yep.
Endometriosis.
Endometriosis.
Good. You put an extra letter in there.
Yeah.
Trichiosis.
Did I?
Endometriosis.
Close.
Honestly,
Endometriosis.
if I could say one thing to any woman or young girl who is struggling, do not stop advocating for yourself. Only you know your body.
Yes.
Like, you are in charge of your own body and your own mind. Do not let anyone tell you that what you are feeling is normal. Do your research. I joined so many Facebook communities of endometriosis. I also exited those Facebook communities because some were very, very overwhelming. I read so many books on endometriosis. Then I plopped those books down because I couldn't read it anymore. I needed to really simplify endo, and that for me was, how do I get the best out of life trying to be pain-free?
That's right.
I didn't want to hear anymore that, sometimes maybe I can't have children. I will be a mother. I don't care. Like yourself. I will be a parent. It doesn't matter
One way or another.
how I get this child. I will be a parent.
Yep.
That's it. Chuck that all out of your mind that, maybe I can't have babies. Get out of your mind.
Exactly right.
I don't care about it.
110.
I care right now in this moment. I have to continuously advocate for myself.
Yep.
Do not stop advocating because you will get that pain-free life.
Love it.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I think Yes, preach. Everything she said this entire episode. I'm
Yeah, 100%. I've been doing this shit the whole time,
Yeah.
but like,
it's just like I'm
quietly.
talking to myself. But
Yeah.
what I would say is that you're not alone. So, you know, we'll sit here and we'll talk about it, and you're fortunate enough to be in a world now where there are people talking about it, and there are those Facebook groups, and there are those organizations that make these products. But it can still feel really lonely because the people that are around you, both in the medical profession, family, and your friends, don't know. And that's just the thing. People do not know enough, and it's going to be a long route, but just know that there are people that are experiencing and feeling exactly as hopeless and just over it as you are. But there are people that can help you, and just know that whether it's us or just a like girl at your work that you speak to, conversations like this will just make you realize that you're not alone. So just always remember that there's always
100%.
someone that feels the same way as you.
This has definitely been a
Yeah.
freaking amazing episode. I'm not gonna lie.
Very informative.
Yeah, and the thing is, our demographic has actually just switched quite recently to it was
Men.
more men. Now it's turned into 50% women,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
having you
girls.
guys jump on this
Yeah.
time is like perfect.
And this is why we do this, so
Yeah.
we can actually give a platform to spread awareness for any certain topic as
100%.
Yeah,
well.
well, I appreciate two males that come in
I
and ask
agree.
about endo.
Oh,
So
I
thank you for
agree.
that. It's really great to have that as a little platform. So thank you.
Yeah.
Oh no, thank you.
Oh,
Oh
thank
man,
you.
damn it, man! No, what, we thank you for
I love
coming.
that there was no hesitancy, like when you
Yeah.
said, "What do I want to talk about?" And I was like, "Oh, I guess I could talk about this." I was like,
Exactly.
"You know what? The only thing I really want to talk about is endo
you
and how
go.
shit it is, and how much people need to talk
There
about
you
it."
go.
100%.
So thank you for not, trying to direct your, podcast to a certain thing.
100%.
It's nice
We're
to
here.
be, talk fun and lighthearted
Yeah.
and joke, and it really is. And I hope
Yeah.
that we didn't make it super serious.
And even if we
But
did,
I really appreciate that there was no hesitancy whatsoever.
oh, of
guys.
course
So,
not, man.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Hundreds. This was.
Hundreds. Hashtag hundreds.
It's gonna be on a T-shirt. I promise you
Yeah,
that.
bad.
I promise. It's gonna be on one of our T-shirts.
I don't doubt you.
Yeah. All right. Again,
Yeah.
thank you guys for jumping on. Oh, this is not gonna be the last time we have both of you on.
Oh,
I'm
thank
sure.
you. I'll keep you to that.
Oh shit.
Put that in the contract.
I know,
Yeah.
Special condition.
I think we're pretty good to end it on a good note as well.
Yeah.
With all that information spread. But yeah, thanks for tuning into That Me podcast.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, and TikTok by searching That Me Podcast on all platforms.
Like, follow, and subscribe if you want to see more of us. But most importantly,
Stay hungry.
stay humble.
Be nice
Be
to your
nice
dog.
to your dog.
Oh
Don't worry.
no,
You know what it
no,
was?
that was
Be nice to your dog.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Oh Lord, have
You said
mercy.
it. You
You just
said
keep
it.
it in. I just look.
Yeah,
Yeah,
look, it was
yeah.
bad. It was bad.
Let's try it again.
We'll see you guys on the. Oh,
try-
no,
you
we're
know-
keeping that in.
Oh, we are?
Yeah, we're keeping
Okay.
that in. We'll see you guys on the next.
All right. Thanks. Bye.